Welcome back to Kiwi Bred. Sakhee Secret's oldest Southern Hemisphere crops have just entered their 3-year-old year. I spoke to the Oak Stud General Manager Rick Williams about the progression of their resident shuttle stallion. Rick, Sakhee Secret progeny are now entering their classic year in the Southern Hemisphere. How happy have you been with the way they're progressing?
Well, Alisha, it's been a solid start. He was second in the first season sizeless for New Zealand behind Alisha. He had a good stakes winner and secret agent here that was sold to Hong Kong, and Lekker Secret was a stakes winner in Australia, stakes placed horse in Australia for him. So it's been a solid start, not spectacular, but we're quite comfortable where we're at the moment.
His results from the Northern Hemisphere have been impressive. How buoyed has that made you?
I think it helped last year with Sakhee Secret being champion first season sire up there with numbers of winners, but I told them up there that we wouldn't have that many runners as he had winners in his first season up there. Now, he's come up with a nice stakes horse on Derby Day, but as a 3-year-old, but he needs a big horse up there. He's getting lots of winners, but they've got to win the big races.
We didn't see a large number of 2-year-olds race here last season, but we saw some good results. Horses like Ala Rose and stakes placed Secret Agent. What's the feedback you're getting from our trainers?
Well, so far the trainers' talk's been good. Down here we put a lot more staying mares to them than they did in the Northern Hemisphere, so we didn't expect the numbers of 2-year-old runners that they got up there, and they've come pretty much as we expected now. This year's the important year for them, and we've got a number of horses of our own, and also reports we're getting from trainers are very positive.
There is a pretty distinct difference with the way Sakhee Secret's been mated down here in the Southern Hemisphere.
Absolutely, Alisha. I was talking to Ed Harper from Whitsbury Manor Stud the other day, and he did say he regretted that they have a very, very precocious and fast broodmare band up there, and he didn't try and get staying mares, and we've certainly mixed it up down here and given them probably 2/3 staying mares and a 1/3 sprinting mares. So we hope we get that, he leaves that Ranger horse down here, and in 12 months' time we're all going to know the answer to that.
Rick's progeny have done very well through the sales ring. You must be very happy too that they've ended up in the right hands.
Oh, absolutely, Alisha. It's quite interesting because I think the two highest priced ones in the first year, $180,000 colt out of Zabi as a Beal mare, went to Mick Price, and he ran third at a second start over 1,600 metres, beaten about a length and a half. And the other one made 160,000, went to Robert Smurden, and that was Lekker Secret, who was placed over 1,600 metres at his third start and listed company in Adelaide. So we're seeing a pattern there that they might stay, and we've got no excuses. They've been to the right with the right trainers. They've had every chance, so it's over to them.
The Oak Stud purchased equity in Sakhee Secret back in 2009. What was it about him that caught your eye?
Well, I was actually up there. I saw him at Royal Ascot when we had Sea Change up there, and I saw him in the mounting yard. He was favourite for the race, of course, having been champion sprinter in Europe the year before, and he's a very appealing horse, as you saw. He's beautifully balanced, and one of those horses you look at and you like, and we followed it up and managed to buy a half of it.
He is a memorable looking horse. How would you describe him in a physical sense?
Just beautifully balanced. He's certainly the most attractive of our stallion roster in terms of physique, conformation, and just the way he walks. He's a horse that when he walks out of the box you notice him, and he leaves a lot of progeny like that, so we're very hopeful that this year will break through.
As a racehorse, Rick, he was a Group 1 winner in the July Cup at Newmarket, named champion European sprinter in 2007. What racing attributes made him so dominant over those sprinting distances?
Well, he had tremendous speed, tremendous tactical speed. He won 3 in a row that year, and not many 3-year-olds win the July Cup. That's regarded as the feature sprint, and he was rated above takeover target Miss Andretti, so the Australian people can get some idea of how good he really was. Unfortunately got injured after that in his 4-year-old year, wasn't as good, but he was certainly a world-class sprinter.
Would you agree he had that ability, a rare ability, to quicken off a fast pace?
Oh, absolutely, because the horses he beat up there, Red Clubs and Dutch Art, have gone on to be great stallions, and it is a stallion-producing race, the July Cup, and the day he won it, it was a good track, and he was always thereabouts and quickened away and won very easily.
Rick, there is plenty of speed in this horse's pedigree, horses like Stravinsky, another former July Cup winner. What can New Zealand breeders recognise in Sakhee Secret's pedigree?
Well, I think, interestingly enough, he's by Sakhee, who was a stayer, and he's out of a mare by Secreto, who was also a stayer, but the dam has left quick horses, and I think that comes to further back in the pedigree. So I'm still hopeful that he's going to leave sprinters and stayers and a wide range of horses.
What do you see him passing on to his progeny?
His temperament, first of all, are very, very relaxed horses, and I think that's why he had such a high number of runners as 2-year-olds in England, because they have to be sound of mind and sound physically to get up and run it too, and I hope that temperament stands him in good stead down here.
Have breeders in the Southern Hemisphere continued to support the horse?
Yeah, actually he's had every chance. He had his first 2 books over 100 and his last 2 been, I think, 80 something. So there's absolutely no excuses for him. He's had the right mares, they're with the right trainers, and now it's entirely over to him.
What type of mares is he looking at this season?
I'd say he'll end up with 60 or 70 this year. He'll definitely be down as breeders are waiting to see what happens. If he comes up with a horse in the next month that looks outstanding, you'll find his book will fill. But naturally, breeders are cautious at this stage to see where he's going to be in 12 months' time.
Sakhee Secret stands at stud this year for $12,000 plus GST. Well, it's now time for the Dunstan Horse Feeds Pedigree of the Week. This week we feature last season's New Zealand Stayer of the Year, Sangster.
Bred by a bloke named Buckingham and named after the billionaire businessman and thoroughbred breeder Robert Sangster, this Nuggety Bay Saberbill colt had plenty to live up to. But as he has shown time and again, Sangster has proven himself worthy of every homage bestowed upon him. He justified Cambridge trainer Trent Busserton's faith in him when he scored a tenacious win in the 2011 Victoria Derby, providing Clyde and Patricia Buckingham with their first Group 1 winner as breeders, Busserton with his first Group 1 win, and Waikato stud stallion Saberbill with his second classic win after Scarlet Lady's Queensland Oaks 4 months earlier. Sangster has since added Group 1 success in the Darcy Brahma International Stakes at Te Rapa and the Auckland Cup at Alisha, and he will chase further success in the big cups in Melbourne later this spring. Sangster was the 4th foal of Spectrum mare Quinta Special, who died after foaling a sister to Sangster just 2 months before the Derby success. The highest profile member of the family before Sangster came along was Bothian's Burning, a half-sister to Sangster's granddam Al Galop, who won the Group 1 Oak Tree Handicap at Santa Anita and the Group 1 Hollywood Invitational. Sangster wasn't, however, the Buckingham's first Derby winner, as they raced 1997 Australian Derby winner Ebony Grove and later stood him at stud. After failing to reach his $25,000 reserve as a yearling, Sangster came to Busserton's attention as he honed the colt's fitness through his ready-to-run sale preparation for Ian Kemp's Kilgraven Lodge. And it was Busserton who bought him for $19,000 at that sale on behalf of Wellington's Tommy Heptonstall and a group of owners to share the other 50%. The rest, as they say, is history, with Sangster going from strength to strength, this year named New Zealand's champion stayer. This week's Pedigree of the Week is brought to you by Dunstan Horse Feeds.
That's it for our show this week. Join me next week when we feature Wellfield Lodge sire Alamosa, and we take a look at Delgar's first crop of Southern Hemisphere foals at Bright Hill Farm. I look forward to your company then.